Okay. There I am. I got many DMs as well, and some people in Discord. Yo, Koen, go live. Here we are, observing the beautiful price action to the downside. I am in a short, and I will explain why that is and how that happened. And it's actually what I explained in the live stream earlier today. So for the ones that were there, will recognize some of the stuff that I will explain now, which was also the reason why I closed my long at break even and jumped into a short trade. So I'll explain where that happened and what the reasoning was, so that you hopefully will be able to trade Elliott Waves yourself as well one day, right? So Bitcoin forever. We're going to do analysis. I just posted my video online, right? The video for tonight. And after I made the video and edited and uploaded, that's when I went to Discord to post the video, and I saw my DMs and stuff. And then, oh, can you go live? Can you explain? I'm panicking. And then so here we are, of course, because I'm happy to help, happy to calm some people down, provide the analysis as well. Right, which we will do. But of course, I just posted a video with pretty much actually exactly the analysis. So I'm not sure if do I do the whole analysis again, but on a live stream, or yeah, probably, I guess, I don't know. But I first want to talk about what happened here, because I want to refer back to the previous live stream. And now we are here, right? So I want to make a short reference to what I explained in the previous live stream and what then happened, because this is what we were looking for, like the support over here and how price would react there. So Sarega, welcome. Jeroen, what's up? Stays in 2K16, exactly. Volatility before the weekend. Jay, how you doing? Coffeeholic, Bitcoin forever. Analysis is coming, but Bitcoin forever, if you want analysis like right now, make sure to check the video I just posted online, like literally 10 minutes ago. I put the video online with the analysis. And that is analysis in 8 minutes, right? So it's an 8-minute video. Feel free to come back after the 8-minute video. I will go over the analysis, but usually in live streams, it takes a bit longer. So, Davey, how are you doing? Lucian, what's up? Dimjack, it is dropping. It is raining. Okay, let's start with the previous live stream. And that was over here when we stopped, I believe. Price was ranging just above the target box, if I'm not mistaken. So let me explain why I jumped in a short from an Elliott Wave point of view. Now, we had this move to the downside, right? And we were talking about this support area. We had the box over here as well as the golden pocket. This was the area of interest, number one. Right? Now, price moved towards the downside, of course. We stopped ranging, I don't know, somewhere, or stopped streaming somewhere here. And price moved to the downside. But what happened to the volume? So, of course, we now already have new candles coming in. But let me do this. Hopefully you can see this. Can you see? No, the volume is now behind my... yeah, this works. So if we think about a wave 3, or actually when we think about an impulse, what are we looking for? Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, by far most common, has the highest amount of volume. After a 3, we want to see a 4 and then a 5 on lower volume. So price was ranging here, just chilling, no problem. Right, and I already had a long from earlier, but that one was stopped at break even exactly in this area. And price moved towards the downside, created this candle. So we hit the point of control, or the daily naked point of control, right? No interest. We made a new low. There's still no range, no sign of support, no nothing, right? There is no range. What did I say during the live stream? Price is moving down. Volume is increasing. We are waiting for a range to form, mimicking the size of this wave 2 at least. Now, this is not long enough. So I was thinking, okay, could there be a potential flat coming here? But no, there was no flat coming. Instead, we created another candle to the downside. But this one was on higher volume compared to the previous drop. And that was the sign for me where I was like, yeah, this support is not gonna hold, right? We make another low on higher volume in support while we are actually still waiting for a 4 and a 5. And that was then the reason I entered my short over here, and my long or my stop loss was somewhere here, like above the wave 4 invalidation, which is the 0.618, because in my head, right, I was like, okay, if we are looking for a wave 4, right, then the 0.618 is the invalidation. This looks like an impulse, 1, 2, 3. We are moving down on increasing volume. I'm ready to take a short over here, which I did, right, in this candle here after seeing the volume, after the candle was closed. Short entered, stop loss here, because if we're looking for an impulse, we're looking for a wave 4 and then one more low in a wave 5. So if we would have gotten a wave 4 during the weekend, I would just get out at break even or small profit in the wave 5. That was the plan at least. So I was like, oh, it looks like a pretty safe trade. And then this happened. So yeah, that is the reasoning, and I explain it to hopefully help you with potential future opportunities that you have on the chart from an Elliott Wave point of view, where you can use Elliott Waves as a way to trade as well, because the volume over here, those things are like small signs that can make you get out in time, like me at break even, or enter new positions. Now, that being said, let's remove this from the chart and remove this as well, because this is now irrelevant, of course. This one has also been taken, and we hit the point of control of this range. Dimjack, what's up? How you doing? Bitcoin is at what is support? Exactly. What's up, Flotty? Emergency stream, yeah. Hey, Malon, welkom. Goedenavond. Goedenavond. Emergency stream indeed. I got many DMs, panic, emotion, so let's go over it. But at least I wanted to start here explaining my thought process locally, because I mentioned if we lose this support, right, probabilities increase to take the low. Well, here we are. A goal on the channel besides an update is education. So that's of course is from an educational point of view a reason to why I entered there. Anyway, let's go over the analysis. Now again, if you want the analysis in 8 minutes, very concise, I literally uploaded a video 15 minutes ago. It's on the channel. It is this one over here. It's been, well, I didn't refresh the page, but this one has been uploaded. Hi everyone, let's go over. I'm talking to myself. What is it? 18 minutes ago. It's 8 minutes and 55 seconds. It's everything you need to know about what's happening now. In a live stream, usually we chat and everything goes a little bit extends in time. Most important thing though, prices moving to the downside on increasing volume. So from an Elliott Wave point of view, we are waiting for a range. As long as there is no range that is at least mimicking the size of this small one here, right? We are looking for downside. As simple as that. No? So we need to wait for a range. We know how big the range has to be at least, and this is too small. This is too small. We just look for lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, right? So we need to wait for proof of support. We need to wait for a range to come. As long as there's no range, we look for lower, and that is perfectly fine. We are at support, as you just saw. I had two support levels here, a daily naked point of control and this one. The red line is a range point of control of this range. But as mentioned in the update video, literally uploaded just now, these are singular levels, like single levels. One daily naked point of control here and the range point of control here. There's not too much confluence in this area. There's not a lot of strength. And I don't have a target box in this area. Usually my target boxes are the stronger areas of support and resistance, but I didn't really have anything here, but I do at least have the lines on my chart. Now the daily naked point of control, we already hit that one and passed it. Now we're at the range point of control, but we are moving down on increasing volume. We're waiting for a range in a wave 4, and after that range in a wave 4, we are looking for another drop to the downside in a wave 5, as an impulse is a 5-wave structure, and we are waiting for this part. We don't know where that part is going to be, right? The only thing we can do now is if one is in a short, you manage your position. If you're in a long, hopefully you had a plan and a strategy, and you stick to that plan and the strategy, and hopefully a stop loss and those type of things. You know what I mean? So with these scenarios, let's then chat about these scenarios, right? Short, quick. It's a bit of a different stream because I literally just posted the video online. So now we are looking for 5 wave down to finish C. I'll go over the analysis now. Yeah. But yeah, for everyone that wants a 9-minute concise update, check literally the video I uploaded 18 minutes ago. And then you can always come back, of course. But yeah, I will go over the analysis here once again. Wava, what's up? How you doing? Nice, Casey. Good job. Bogdan, beginning. Where are we going? Down at the moment. Just messing around. It's literally the drop. So yeah, let's go. Okay, let's do some Elliott Wave analysis. Clean up my chart and chat about scenarios. It's going to be exactly the same as the 9-minute video we just had, or I just posted online. I actually want, let me tell you, so the reason I'm dressed like this is my sports stuff. I wanted to go for a run. It's going to be a midnight run now. Okay, let's start. The flats. Over here, right, we see 2 flat structures, 3-wave corrective structure in A, 3-wave move in a wave B, and then a 5-wave move to the downside in a wave C, right? A 3-3-5 structure, a flat, expanding flat or a regular flat. The green color is an expanding flat. The orange color is a regular flat. The most common flat pattern is an expanding flat. A less common flat pattern is a regular flat. Therefore, most commonly, the target for a flat structure is the wave B up here, 69.7 to 78.8, right? And the target for your wave C is 56.7 to 50.1. The regular flat target is the 0.9 to the 105, fips by the way taken from the high to the low. The wave C target is the 1 to the 1.236. You want to move below the low of wave A. You want to move below 60.7K. We do have some support in this area. First of all, we have some support above the wave A low, which is the blue box here, 61.8K to 62.9K. However, we also have the weekly gap. The weekly gap high is inside the target area for your regular flat. Commonly, when price hits a gap for the first time, it acts as support. If you, however, return to the gap and start to close daily candles over here inside the gap, 59.2K to 53K, you increase the probabilities for price to fill the gap towards the downside and move towards 53K. Yep. The invalidation that you see on my chart is also the invalidation for an expanding flat. Because in an expanding flat, where you're looking up for B, you're looking for a 3-wave structure in B, WXY double zigzag, ABC, corrective structure, ABC. That's what you're looking for in the expanding flat. And the invalidation of a wave A, B, and a wave C is price taking the low. In other words, as long as you don't take the low, the expanding flat is still on the cards, right? It is still there. Now price locally has probably hit the 886. Yeah, so the 886 has been touched, taken from the low to the high, right? A Fibonacci. Let me do this here on the chart as well. If you take a fib from the low to the high, and we toggle on the 886, then the 886 has been touched, which also means that if this low would hold and price would move to the upside, probabilities are low for this to be a wave 1, 2, and continuation to the upside in a wave 3. Probabilities now, if price takes this high before this low, are much higher for an ABC and a move towards the downside. If price takes this low, expanding flat is off the cards, right? And as mentioned, looking at this impulsive structure at the downside, we are waiting for a range to form. In a wave 4, and then one more drop in a wave 5. So we have to wait and see, right? With 64.5k being so close to this low over here, one can imagine that this low over here is not very safe at the moment, right? So these are the two flats. And then we go to the lower time frame, 1 hour, to at least talk about the bullish scenario as well. Here we have the 1, 2, 3, or we have the ABC. As just mentioned, because price hit the 886, low probability for a 1, 2, 3, because the 886 is a rare target for a wave 2, common for a wave B or a wave X, increasing probabilities that if price is moving up, we're looking for a wave C and not a wave 3. Common target for B is the golden pocket 886 here. Common target for 2 is the blue zone, golden pocket 786. This low was made, I actually mentioned this during the live stream, I think today or yesterday. This low was made before the 0.382, which is uncommon for a wave 2 or a wave B. By far most common is that a corrective structure in a 2 or B to correct a 1 or A ends after the 0.382 fib time. While currently over here, we made a new low, lower than this one, after the 0.382, which is what you want to see. However, we hit the 886, very low probabilities for a wave 2 and therefore an impulse to the upside. So I like to remove it. I also like to clean my chart because we don't need this anymore and we don't need that. And the only thing we can have is a potential ABC. However, in this wave B, we are then looking for a zigzag in a wave A, B, and a wave C. If this is then a wave C to the downside, we still wait for a wave 4. Where is our wave 4, right? So that lowers the probabilities of this scenario holding above invalidation, because we need a wave 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, and you can also see, right, volume increasing as price is moving down. By far most common for a wave 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 3 is usually, by far most commonly, the strongest, most impulsive wave in a 5-wave impulsive structure. And then you get your wave 4, and then you make another low in a wave 5 on lower volume. That is by far most common. So naturally, when price is moving down and we see volume increasing, the probabilities are highest from an Elliott wave point of view to regard this as a wave 3 that is not yet finished or maybe finished, but we still need a 4 and then another drop in a 5, and then the probabilities are very high, you're going to take this low, right? Naturally, from an Elliott wave point of view, that is the highest probability in what is happening over here, as this naturally looks like a wave 1, 2, 3, increasing volume, highest volume in a wave 3, you still want to have a wave 4, and then a drop in a wave 5, before then moving towards the upside at a later stage. So that is something we can keep an eye on, no? When we look at the range on the 4-hour chart, we are at that went very quick. When I was recording my video, price was over here, and I was actually talking about the value area low in the video. Here we are. So this range has been very nicely respected, right? We've been ranging over here, value area low, value area high, point of control, a little bit of a bounce, and then we have the white box in the middle, which is the important support resistance area, basically putting the range into two sections, right? The upper and the lower section. You can see over here the importance of also the box. 1 second. Resistance, support, support, resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, support, right? There's a lot going on with this white box. And now we were, at the moment of recording of the video, posted just now, over here. And you don't really like to lose this box. We had the point of control, losing the point of control, increasing probabilities to move to the value area low, because that is range trading for you, right? Up, down, point of control is always imported in the range. And now we are at the value area low again, which is that blue line. So pretty much we are there, no? So from a ranging perspective, we are again at the lower end of this range. However, on the daily and the weekly time frame, probabilities remain much higher to take this high sooner or later. If the trend would be finished and we are looking for very low prices, right? you want to start with an impulse and you don't want to hit the 886. Now this structure to the downside counts much better as a corrective structure because it's very difficult to count a nice 5-wave impulsive structure in here. You can't because of all the overlap. So an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not possible. Then we have to think about diagonal structures, but by all means it's going to be an expanding diagonal, which is very rare, never preferred unless all the other stuff fails. And we hit the 886 over here. This counts much better as a 3-wave structure, increasing probabilities to take this high sooner or later. And the 886 is, as mentioned earlier on the lower time frames, a rare target for a wave 2, common target for a wave B or a wave X, increasing the probabilities that any move towards the downside is a wave C or Y, increasing the probabilities to at a later stage move back towards the upside and take the high. Why? Because it's a sign of a corrective structure, not an impulsive structure. Therefore, even if price moves down and would take some of these lows here, probabilities on the higher time frames remain higher to continue the trend to the upside and look towards the high of 74K minimum and above. No? Of course, towards the downside, we have areas of support. I already mentioned this blue box over here, 618, 62.9. No? Also mentioned the weekly gap, so on the weekly time frame, in case you want to put this on your chart, we have this gap over here, candle number 1, candle number 2, candle number 3. This is the push, so the low of this candle and the high of this candle. That's what creates the gap, right? And, oh, my wife is calling me, but I have to call back later. Priorities, sorry wifey. Where the high of the gap, 59.2K, and the low of the gap is 53K. It is common that if price hits the gap for the first time, you get support. But if price starts to close daily candles in this gap, probabilities increase to fill the gap as explained earlier. Now below this gap, we then pretty much move to the lower 50s, where we have some support at 51.9K. But this is also the weekly order block candle, so that's an important one. But we are not there yet because we are at 66.6K. No? So we don't have to over dramatize what's happening on the chart. I spoke about the 886. We spoke about the flats, right? CVD, we had some bearish CVD divergences locally over here. You know, that's something I speak about in the video and also the live stream earlier today. Alternatively, this is what I didn't show in the video. So that I posted just now. Of course, I spoke about the flat structures, invalidation, invalidating, and expanding flat, right? And I also spoke about a bullish scenario. In this case, only the ABC is pretty much left because we hit the local 886. But moving towards the downside does not necessarily mean you're going to move below 60K, because we still have actually 2 scenarios, but I'm not yet prioritizing these. But I at least want to show them because, you know, it's interesting. That's a triangle, right? Where you actually stay above 60K and you hit the support area down here. That would be interesting for a bounce, proof of support, moving up for a D there. What lowers the probabilities for this scenario is your wave B here. A, B, C towards the upside, but your wave C is very short, only hitting the 0.618 here. It's not ideal. Also in a regular flat, it's the same count, not ideal, but sometimes that is the way it is. And then locally, we are looking for a 3-wave move down, A, B, and then a wave C towards the downside, right? So that's a big difference compared to an impulse. Let me explain. One second. Okay. So from the high, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be an impulse. That would be a wave C in a flat, no? Or we're looking for an A, B, C. What's the difference? The extension is a difference. A wave C, most common target area, is between the 1 and the 1.236, which is literally where we are right now. All right? This is your most common target area for your wave C. A wave C has a tendency to finish on high volume, but in a wave C, you are still looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure. A wave 3, let me actually put this on keep this on the chart. Usually the minimum target for a wave 3 is the 1.618, which is down here. Now the minimum requirement for a wave 3 is that it is not allowed to be the shortest, but it is already longer than your wave 1 because we passed the 1 to 1 here. But usually a wave 3 is extended and goes beyond or at least to the 1.618, which by the way is below this low and would invalidate an expanding flat as well if that happens. No? After a wave C, and this is for me the most important tip that I can give you, after a wave C, you want to see price move back up to the 0.618. And that 0.618 is taken from the high here to the low, or wherever the low is going to be. At the moment, that is the low. And currently, that 0.618 is sitting at 68.9K. The reason that this one is so important is because it is an invalidation for a wave 4. If we look for a bigger impulse to the downside, you're looking for a wave 1, 2, extension in 3, preferably 4, and then eventually a wave 5. Wave 4 is not allowed to retrace to the 0.618 Fibonacci taken from the high of 2, which is this high in this case, to the low of your wave 3. Of course, a wave 4 preferably also does not overlap with the price action of your wave 1. Now, if a wave 3 is extended, lowers the probabilities your wave 4 is going to reach the price action of your wave 1. Right? At the moment, you can see that the 618 is actually above the two lows we have here. In other words, if this over here, if we start to range in a wave 4 and start to have overlap with preferably this one here, this low, the higher low at 68.2, that could already invalidate a wave 4. But we do not yet have proof of a wave 4 starting because we need to see at least a range similar to the size over here, which we don't have. No? First of all, we have to wait on the lower time frames for a range of this size. Because in an impulse, you're looking for a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? You need a double 4, 5 in an impulsive structure to the downside, while for a wave C, you are looking for A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a wave C and then move back. So that's an important little tip, okay? So yeah. I don't want to make it more complex because there's another scenario I have in my head, which is a WXY, WX and a flat in Y, but in the end it results in the same price action. So probabilities, these were the probabilities that you will see in my video that is posted just now. Not that one, not that one. I don't know where it is. Somewhere on my channel, you will see it. But come on, where is it? Ah, here, 38 minutes ago. This one. Exactly the same probabilities as in that video. Feel free to read as well. I will make it a bit bigger, but I'll read it for you also. Right. So over here, for any bullish scenarios, meaning the 1, 2. So let me actually get this. Wow, it's actually very big. Okay. For any bullish scenarios, which was, before we dump down here, a 1, 2, and then potentially a 3, 4, 5, very low probabilities now because we hit the 886, or the expanding flat, where on the lower time frames we look for an A, B, C, right? Those are the two bullish scenarios, right? For any bullish scenario, to increase in probability again, we first need to see local proof of support. Wait for a range, because the range will give us all the information we need. This starts with waiting for a range to form, which is then a wave 4 on the lower time frames. And then preferably, of course, see one more low on lower volume for a wave 5. As long as price goes down in a straight line on increasing volume on the lower time frames, we simply wait for a range. Am I going to say this? Yes, because I'm a very patient trader. I do not catch knives. I'm not YOLOing or FOMOing, but in this case, I'm not interested in catching knives, right? I'm not interested in catching the bottom or whatever. I first want to see proof of support. Give me a range and I can analyze that range, right? Give me other like stuff that I can see, like CVD or whatever, to give proof of support, no? So pretty much we have to wait. But the weekend is coming up, which tends to be a ranging structure on the Saturday and the Sunday. If price doesn't take the 64K lows, I mean, we're very close now, not going to lie. When I made these probabilities, we were still up here, right? So if price doesn't take the 64K lows before the weekend range starts, which is pretty much before Saturday, right, morning, it also increases probabilities for the bullish scenarios. However, at the moment, all we did is losing local supports, hence the probabilities are towards the downside until proven otherwise, which at the moment is not yet proven. So hopefully by watching the video I uploaded on YouTube and also being here in the live stream, I can give you a little bit of clarity on what I am looking for, because in the end what I of course say in these live streams is things that I keep an eye on and the scenarios I keep an eye on, and also the way I trade. For example, with the short that I entered, I explained why I did this, because hopefully I help you to understand how you can also trade from an Elliott Wave point of view as an Elliott Wave analyst, right? And what the reason was. I explained the reason why I entered the short as well. Explained the different scenarios, explained what we're waiting for, right? We're still moving down, increasing volume. We're waiting for a range and eventually lowering volume, another low and lower volume. Yeah, that is currently the status. Let me actually get this back here and lower the font size, because holy shit, 20, very big. And then do this. Okay. Yes, let me remove this, and cool. Now I forgot the timestamp of when I was when did I start analyzing LEDs and lessons? I don't know. Can anyone check when did I start analyzing? We just finished the analysis. Let me put on the timestamps, because I kind of remember when I started. It must have been somewhere here, 8:47. It's now 21:18. So that's 10, 20, 30 minutes. 30 minutes ago was minute 6. So I probably started analyzing at around minute 6. But I also spoke about why I went into a short. Is that interesting to people? That's probably what I start talking about now. Chatting and QO. I think that at 6 minutes, I'm still talking about why I entered a short, because I hope it helps people to identify opportunities for themselves. But yeah, I'll put the timestamps in the live stream when we finish. And if this is wrong, then probably someone will say, Koen, the analysis did not start at the 6 minutes. Okay, there we are. What's up, team? How you doing? What a beautiful day. Let me have a look here. We were here. Welcome, Karel, Wafa, Anonymous, Greg. What's up? How you doing, Greg? How far do you run? So today on my schedule was actually a slow pace base run. So just breathing from only my nose to increase my your base pace, right? So you're training your oxygen. It's a different. So yeah, how can I forgot the terminology? Where you have you stay in zone 2. If you know about sports, right? Zone 1 in heartbeat, you want to stay below 145 beats per minute. Stay in your zone 2. Comfortable pace, slow pace, around like 7 minutes per kilometer. I believe that is about 8 kilometers an hour. Breathing through your nose. And as long as you can breathe through your nose, you're in the right zone. The moment you can't, you go too fast, so you got to slow down. But what this does is you are training your base pace. That's how I like to call it. It improves your base pace. I guess that's the terminology. However, I have done a 42 kilometer obstacle run last year on the 17th of June. And that was the Ironman. So Iron Viking, sorry. Iron Viking, not Ironman. That was the Iron Viking. 42 kilometers with 100 plus obstacles. It's the absolute biggest challenge I have ever done in my life. Also, by the way, let me keep the 0.618 on the chart, starting with this one. And now we simply wait for proof of support. And let me put this on. Let me also put this on. Just putting some stuff on the chart so we can monitor a little bit what's happening. 300. Of course, we already dropped very far, right? So short positions were a better idea here. No financial advice. But you already dropped almost 8%. I mean, we can still drop, of course, much further. But I mean, what am I doing? Okay, that's nice. Now I have a little bit of an indication. So for your information, the 618 is on the chart because that's an invalidation for a wave 4. The 886 and the golden pocket is on my chart because for whatever reason, price likes to go back to the golden pocket after hitting 886s. So I want to observe what happens there. And the red line is the range point of control. It's literally the final support before going for 67k lows. Yeah. All the liquidity is up now. I see. Let's see. Hope for, I mean, would be good to range during the weekend, but the question is where is price when we actually enter the weekend? New York is closing in 37 minutes. Let's see. Might be a ranging weekend, go down for a wave 5 and see what's up. So we just analyzed, so I answered these questions. Do you think we're going to retest the 61k? I answered this just now with regards to the probabilities and what we're looking for. Risk management, very important, of course, in any market. Why does it go down so fast? People selling, market longs were absorbed here by limit short positions, stop losses triggered. Usually these quick moves, if you go to the open interest, you'll see open interest dumping because people get liquidated. And it starts with market longs being absorbed, bearish CVD, limit shorts, and once they're exhausted, price falls, and then you hit a train of like stop losses and liquidations and there you go. And people selling, of course. No, I know why she's calling, because she sent me a message earlier because she's gonna fly tonight. And yeah, so she will fly, I believe, at like 1 second. I'm actually going to ask, how late is she flying? How late are you flying? Okay. In my opinion, to see new highs now, we need to retest the lowest support. We know who's going to sleep on the sofa today. No worries, she's not home tonight. She has a 11-hour and a little bit flight ahead of her. She will be home or arrive in the Netherlands tomorrow morning at like 11 a.m. Koen, in the expanded flat scenario, we should see 5 waves down, while now we see 3, but we don't have any space left for 5 waves, so as not to disable this, don't you think? Five waves down. I think I covered this, right? So for the expanding flat, you want to have, so now you want, wait, it's very messy. This is the area you want to reach with an expanding flat, which means you're looking for a WXY invalidation this low. In your wave Y, you look for a wave A, B, C. The 886 is still a wave B target, but you want to see local proof of support. And locally, that means you want to hit the 0.618 to invalidate a wave 4. As long as you don't hit this, there's not really any proof from an Elliott Wave point of view that price really wants to move towards the upside instead of the downside. Because on the lower time frames, of course, you want to look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the moment, doesn't really look like there is a nice wave 4 in here unless these very short ranges are wave 4s, but the highest amount of volume is in the low. Now that is something that a wave C likes to do. Wave Cs do like to end on high volume, but as explained earlier in the analysis, if a wave C is finished, I want to see the 0.618 hit, because else it's a wave 4 and you look down for a wave 5. The difference between an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and an ABC, the most important one for me is the 0.618, as that is an invalidation for a wave 4, but then it increases probabilities that the move is finished and you have a you have a wave C, ABC. In this case, by the way, that would then be ABC, and then inside this wave C, one of these ranges needs to be the wave 4. Right, 1, 2, and then one of these have to be 4. But the reason why, from a probability perspective, right, we want to wait and be patient is because these ranges are very short. They are shorter than the wave 2. And commonly, a wave 4 is longer than wave 2. But that is not the case in these. So that's why from a probabilities perspective, you want to wait for a range to form the size of this or hit the 0.618, which is taken from this high, by the way. And the 886, right, is on the chart. Oftentimes, somehow price likes to go to the golden pocket as explained. Now you have the 05 and 382 as common wave 4 targets. We didn't yet reach the 382. This is a common target area for a wave 4. And now you see 3 waves. We don't have any space left for 5 waves. Yeah, so you're right. If this is not the low of a wave 5 in an ABC for a flat, it becomes invalidated. So you are correct. If you now get a wave 4 here and then take the low again, right, unless it's a wick, but you're so close to invalidating the expanding flat by reaching this level. Yeah, probabilities, you are absolutely correct. So you want preferably wave 4 to already be finished in this drop in an expanding flat, because indeed you don't have any room left here unless it's a wick the wick. So but it's not already disabled. You can't invalidate a scenario until it is officially invalidated, but of course probabilities will switch based on information coming in. So if price would, for example, now move towards the upside and hits the 618, that would be good for an expanding flat scenario. So we just have to be patient here. What a droppy drop. How we doing, Koens? What's up, Johan Boronat? How you doing? Good to see you here again. Doing very well, So I'm on the good side and just chilling. I actually wanted to go for a run but then I saw I saw the DMs, and I got messages. Yo, can you go live? We're dumping, and I'm happy to go live, and then I go for a run in the dark in a second. It's a slow run anyway, so no problem. It's going to be chill. Answered this question with the analysis. Already was this run declined a call from his wife. Yeah. Please. Can you check out the Ethereum chart? I do focus on Bitcoin. We will go over altcoins in the specific altcoin streams. So on the homepage, the previous one where I did, was the question Ethereum just now? What was the question here? ETH, yeah. So I did Ethereum in this live stream, and this is an analysis on the daily and the weekly chart, right? So it's only streamed 1 month ago, so it's still relevant. But we will do a consistent 1 time a month altcoin stream, I think. That's at least something I'm considering now because of the amount of questions with regards to altcoins. Worth a like even without the dedication. Cheers, Thought Drifter. Much love. What's up, Polar Bear, man? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to have you around. Thanks, Persio. 235 people. Yeah, it's not the record yet. The record is 500 something, like just below 600. But yeah, above 200 is more than usual. But it's also when the market moves, emotion kicks in. People Google and YouTube, and welcome to the channel. Good to have you here. Make sure that if you just arrived, please check out the analysis that I have done earlier, because that will explain everything that we're looking for. And if you have any additional questions, please let me know. The analysis earlier, right, is also in a 8-minute video, which is this one over here. So you can also check out that video, this one here, uploaded 57 minutes ago. And you can check this one out as well. 8 minutes, 56 seconds, which is pretty much everything that you have to know. Cheers, Mark. Yeah, the pole dancing act back there. All the trades are a way of learning. Yep, losses and wins. Yo, Pepper Sale. Netjes, jongen. Dat horen we graag. Manage the trade well now, eh? Manage it well. Good. Fix the washing machine in my front yard fountain. Look at you go. A nice, relaxing day, therefore. I mean, you're still working in the house, of course. But sounds good, Greg. Bit of time outside. Also, I still have to cut the tree so that the leaves in the summer are nice. How is your Mega Wife project going? Does that answer your question? You mean we're training her, by the way? I mean, she's now abroad, but when she comes back, we just continue her training. Ja. Stoploss op entry, zo doen we dat toch? Zeker. En vergeet ook niet af en toe wat TP's te nemen. Emergency broadcast. Yep. What's up, George? Funtix, when are you going in? I'm already in. But I'm in a short, so I'm safe there. Stop losses at break even. I'm chilling. For longs, I explained in the analysis as well that I need to see proof of support or a range, and then I start to become interested. So it's not like if we hit the 618, I'm immediately interested, but I want to see some proof of support, or I want to see signs that go against the continuation of an impulse. You are training your Grundlagenausdauer. I have no idea what that means, but I mean the German words, man. Grundlagenausdauer, Schmetterling, Kugelschreiber. Oh, it's hilarious. What's up, Dominic? Fix an air conditioning too. Yo, productive day. Going over for a walk and coming back. Kartoffelen. Yep. Nice. Going away from the chart, and there we are. No? Hit the 6-6 now, by the way. Golden Pockets 382 is there as well. Tibetan Monk, Nin, you're willing to thank you. Appreciate your comment, bud. Thank you. Very kind. Regular flat is my primary. Yeah. Then you want to look. Then you don't want to see the 618 hit. Of course, you're looking for a continuation to the downside, preferably only a small range here as you want to see an extension in 3. So then you have your 1, 2, little 1, 2, and then you want to see a 3, 4, and then a 5, hitting the invalidation, of course, here below. And the 1.618 is just below here, which is, of course, a common target for 3. So that is what you're looking for in the regular flat. It goes down fast because we are in a C wave. Wave Cs tend to go fast. Yes, that is correct. I'm long from 16. Sushant Kumar, how you doing? Not so well, I think. Should I hold this? I mean, I'm not in a position to give financial advice. So that is, of course, very difficult on what to do with positions. But I can explain, I guess, in a way, what I have learned from my experience and some stuff that I have read as well, like small tips. So first of all, as you asked the question, it kind of hints me that you probably didn't have a clear plan, else you wouldn't ask the question. So the mistake, and you know, it might not always be what people want to hear, but this is what you should hear. The mistake is not holding on to your trade now in a loss. The mistake was made before entering the trade. That was when the mistake happened. Because you entered without a plan or a stop loss. Because if you have a plan or you have a stop loss, which invalidates your plan, you probably won't ask the question. Because you know that, you know, if a loss is just part of the plan and part of the strategy, you know, it's normal. No one has a 100% win rate. So if I have a loss, I know it's just part of the plan. It doesn't matter, right? We just go. But then I don't ask this question, of course. So therefore, it hints to me that probably the mistake one, and the most important one, is not having a plan or not having an invalidation with a stop loss. And then we are in this position. Now, a tip that comes from the book, Best Loser Wins. From Tom Hougaard, he's the author. It's a quote. People are fearful when they should be hopeful, and people are hopeful when they should be fearful. Which means that people tend to be hopeful when they're in a losing trade, which reflects in asking questions like, should I hold it? People tend to also enter more, make their position bigger to lower their entry so that the distance to the entry is shorter and the expectation is higher probability to get out at break even. But if price continues, it's bigger shit, right? So people are hopeful price comes back instead of being fearful and closing out or having a clear stop loss plan and just take the L. That comes from the book, Best Loser Wins as well, right? While on the other hand, by the way, if people are in profit, they are fearful, but they should be hopeful. They're fearful to lose paper profits. But instead they should be hopeful and look for clear signs of weakness before getting out. So it's just something from the book. Now, from my experience, I have been in these positions in the past myself, right? Especially in the beginning. What I have learned is if I'm in a position like this, my emotions are all over the place. Every tick that goes towards my entry, you're happy. Every tick that goes down away from your entry, you're like, fuck. If you're in that state, in my opinion, I'd get out. So it's actually also what the book suggests. Now, that doesn't mean that price can't go to your entry and you could get out at break even, right? And I'm not here giving financial advice, but this is just experience and parts from books and stuff as well. Is if this is your entry and you are aiming for a long, but price is now over here, and then you're like, yeah, okay, I'm so emotional, whatever, fuck. Yeah, it's a big loss. Learn from the big loss. Like, you have to take the hits as well in the industry. And then if you would enter, for example, or exit, and price does this. Now you're going to be angry because you're like, oh fuck, I should have held, you see, oh, I shouldn't have listened, I should have just stuck to my plan of getting out at break even because I knew it, price was going to go to the upside. No, you didn't know, right? The mistake has been made before you got into this situation, which is even before you click the button to open the trade. That's the mistake. Everything that happens afterwards, right, is a consequence of pressing the button without a plan. Asking this question gives you a certain answer, which is what I'm giving now. Now, this might lead to you having a loss instead of getting out at break even. But that's not my problem. That's the mistake has been made before entering the trade. So even if price would come to break even, right, and you exited, you cannot be angry except for angry on yourself because you didn't stick to a plan. And that is then also the lesson for the next time you enter a trade. Trade with a plan and a stop loss. Have an invalidation. Put time in tracking statistics to build your plan and tools and follow that plan. Have your stop loss ready. Know how much you're going to lose before entering the trade. Don't look at how much you're going to win. When you enter a trade, focus on your loss. Don't focus on your win. It's also a tip, by the way, from the book. Focus on your losses. How much am I going to lose by entering this trade? What's my risk? And then at least you're prepared for if it moves against you and hits your stop loss. So I can't tell you to exit or not. That's all personal preference. I don't know the amount of money you play with, if it is money you need for a living, if it's money you can lose, yes or no. I don't know all that stuff. But what I do know is that the mistake has been made before entering the trade. And this has now led to a problem. And yeah, unfortunately, you're the only one that can do something now. And in my opinion, or from my experience, I've learned that if it's heavy on my emotions, I better just exit, take the L, learn my lesson, and never make that same mistake. There you go. So would you hold right now? Wait, I'm not sure. Salome. So would you hold right now if you didn't saw that coming? I'm not sure if this is a question to Shushant or to me, Funtix. Check what I shared too, Bitcoin TA. I'll check it in a second. I want to go through chat real quick. Minus 6K, need a bit of Kun ASMR. Oi, Moonboot Boy. You mean minus 6K on the chart or portfolio? Let's hope it's the chart, but hope you're doing good. Can you make a short summary? I just joined now. The short summary is pretty much the analysis we've done here. But if you want a very short summary, wait for a range, as the range gives you all the information we need. That is the shortest summary. As long as price is moving down on increasing volume, we look for lower. So we are waiting for a range to form, which gives us all the information we need, or price moving up towards the 618. If it hits the 618, then probabilities are higher to potentially look for the highs again, as then you invalidate an impulse for a wave 4. But at the moment, we are just waiting for a range and a potential wave 4. Did Kun dump the market? Well, I'm part of the dump at least. Thought River earlier during the analysis, you mentioned an extra 4-5 on the downside after another case split. Oh yeah, so that is so if you're looking for an impulse down, right, a bigger impulse. So if you talk about a wave C to the downside in a flat, right, we're looking for a wave 1, 2, right, 3, 4, 5. That's your base, that's your main impulse. However, inside your wave 3, you can also count a 5-wave impulsive structure. And that is where you get a double 1, 2. So you have your 1, 2. Let me remove this. You have your 1, your 2, ending here. Then you have another 1, 2 locally. 3, 4, 5. This 4, 5 is part of this 1, 2. Okay, so now you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this 5-wave impulse, let me, wait, I need to do this, else it gets confusing. There you go. That makes life easier. So you have a 1, 2, then wave 3 in blue. You look for another 4 and 5 in blue. However, you also have the white impulse, which is a sub-degree count of your blue impulse. So inside wave 3, you count a 5-wave impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that we are looking, right, moving down, highest volume. Eventually, you look for a 4, then you look for a 5, then you look for another 4, and finally another 5. And then your impulse is finished, which then leads to the double 4, 5. So the more 1, 2s you have, the more 4, 5s you're going to get as well. How would you count this C? 1, 2, 3. As long as the 618 isn't hit, I'm looking for a wave 4 and at least one more low in a wave 5. If the 618 is hit, it changes probabilities, as then one of these ranges has to be a wave 4. The reason that that is not currently the highest probability, as long as it's not invalidated, is because your wave 2 is longer than your wave 4, if these are 4s, or at least if one of these is a 4, while most commonly your wave 4 is longer than your wave 2 in time. We don't yet have another range this size over here or over here, and therefore probabilities would be higher to look for a 4 here unless the 618 is hit, which is an invalidation for your wave 4. So that is how I would count it. Currently a 1, 2, 3, and then still wait for a 4 and a 5. And if you talk about the bigger wave C, by the way, 1, 2, oops, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then, you know, everything I just showed on the chart. Haikun, doesn't it invalidate impulse down if we hit the 302 retracement because wave 4 overlaps with wave 2? No. As for me, wave 1 ended here, and wave 2 can overlap with wave 4. That's not a problem. It's wave 1 that is not allowed to overlap with wave 4. And my wave 1 would end here. Then you have a flat zigzag, zigzag, W, X, Y, down. So the best thing at the moment from an Elliott wave point of view is to just wait patiently for a range or look for the 618 to be hit. Yeah, I always like to wait for ranges. It makes it it's very patient, very calm trading as well. Nice ring around. What's up, Iliagos? Didn't say hi in the last time. Been so long I was here with a different username. I see. I mean, I don't recognize your username. It's the first time you're in the chat, actually. With this username, that is. But good to have you back. Different username doesn't matter. Good to have you here. Moonboo Boy, yeah. Someone watching that YouTube video. Kankohagen, yeah, I know. The short and the YouTube video, man. It's like pen. Google Schreiber. Yeah, it's hilarious, man. There are fewer and fewer probabilities. This is very good. If we go below 64,500, there will only be a regular flat and triangle. Or a WXY, but I didn't really show that one because the price action is the same. So yes, the price action wise, that's correct. Long on Solana. I don't know where Solana is, as I don't trade Solana myself. So and we also now focus on Bitcoin here because I do altcoin streams, but once a month is the plan now, as I'm getting into that. So yeah, and Bitcoin is the main focus here. But I'm afraid I can't really comment because I don't know where Solana is and how it's moving at the moment. So one thing is for sure, make sure, by the way, Call of Duty Mobile is a great game. I got a comment. Love that game. Until they updated it and it didn't work on my phone anymore. So that was shit. But yeah, the only comment I can give is make sure you have a plan, strategy, and a stop loss and a TP target. Stick to your plan. You know, when Koen gets the books out, it's about to get serious. Exactly. Read. Cheers, Victor. Pleasure. Fact USDT. Also remember, in the bull market, Hong Kong is launching an ETF, Europe is launching an ETF plan. Yeah, Julian, that's correct as well. Spoke about that in the analysis as well. Probabilities on the higher time frames, right? Daily, weekly, they're higher for continuation of the trend. Redeposited 20k after 20k loss. Bulls will bring it back. That's a big one. What's up, Ryan? Sorry to hear about the loss. Make sure you trade safe as well, of course, right? 20k loss, redepositing. Be mindful of your plan and strategy instead of losing more and more, right? So I personally, I don't know your sizing, of course, but and what you do, but make sure you have a plan, preferably a whole strategy based on data, so that you know exactly how your strategy works. Win rate, risk to reward ratio, where's your stop loss, what's your most profitable risk to reward ratio, like all that information. Risk 1% of your portfolio, or whatever you're comfortable with, and maybe that is 1%, but if you have to redeposit, probably not, but stay safe out there. It makes sense every time I see someone leave the stream, because I know they are looking for an open mouth thumbnail with emergency Bitcoin dump instead of appreciating the real value. No worries. I don't think that's the case. Probably, if people would be looking for the open mouth thumbnail, they probably don't even click my thumbnail. So, what's up, AD? How you doing, Nikki? Nikki knows Mark. Everyone knows Mark. Milan, regard from Belgrade. Like your work. Thanks. Appreciate it. First time you're writing here. I see. Thanks for your message, man. Good to have you here. Bro, do you smoke weed? I don't. I have tried it once because when my, at that time, girlfriend, which is now wife, he came over. She was in the Netherlands and friends of her came over from London. And they wanted to try weed, so we tried with them. But yeah, it was, I don't know, not that crazy. Probably not that, maybe we bought the wrong ones. No, I mean, it was weed. We bought it at Mad Dog in Amsterdam. But yeah, I didn't really feel anything, and that was the only time. I'm not a smoker, so and neither is she. Know the levels, set your stop loss, and roll the dice when the probabilities are in your favor. Exactly. It's all a game of chance, no? I suppose. You smoke weird. I went on break, looked at BTC and said, "What the fuck?" I think many with you. Well, let me tell you, I was the guy that used in the beginning. The academic email to sub, but here's since September. Love the content and the energy. Also the TA and the info brain. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. You were in the beginning, the academic email to sub. Oof, I have so many emails. It's very difficult to know exactly which one you mean or who you are, but nonetheless, I'm happy you're still here. Thanks for your support since September. That's already a while, eh? In September, we had, what, 3k subs, 4k subs? No. 3k. Probably we were in like the 3k area at that moment in time. So, and here we are, almost 10. Cheers, man. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate that. Do you ever look at total market cap? It never hits the all-time high. Sometimes, only if people ask, because I don't use it in my own analysis. Only if in like an altcoin stream, I look at it. In the gold membership, which is the Elliott Wave course I have, we have a weekly feedback and Q&A live stream. So if people in there are like, "Yo, can you check total?" I'll do that. In Discord earlier today, someone asked me in where was it? I think in the altcoins section. Oh yeah, here, Fahad. Bitcoin dominance and total 3. So Bitcoin dominance. But the thing with Bitcoin dominance is you can't actually really count it from an Elliott Wave point of view that nicely, because you always range between 100 and 0. You can't go past 100 or beside 0. It's a percentage chart, not a price chart. So you will always go sideways. You never like break out or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is, and then what was this? Oh, this was total 3. So, but I also read what I wrote here. So this blue 1, 2, this 3 and 4 might be another 1, 2 in the most bullish scenario. But in the bullish scenario, you're waiting for a 4 and a 5. In the bearish scenario, you could have a finished ABC. And then again, you're going to look for the 618, look for the structures locally to see what structure is forming here, if it's higher probability of corrective compared to impulsive, like those type of things. B channel, B channel. Yeah. B channel, I wonder, how do you do this all the time? Is that like, do you have one opportunity per month to write something like this? I see no one else doing this, so I'm actually interested. But yo, B channel, 3 months, man. Look at you go. Thanks for hanging out here for 3 months, man. In diamond already for 3 months. Jeez, time flies. Time flies. That now also means, B channel, that before the next month, right, when you get close to your fourth, you're a diamond legend now. So as you are 3 months in diamond, you can then become a diamond legend, which means that just before the next month, you can switch your membership to silver or gold, but still have full access to diamond. So you pay for silver or gold, whatever you like, silver or gold, and remain in diamond, or you just continue in diamond, of course. And then I very much thank you for the support. Or you can at least go silver and gold and stay in diamond. So 3 months, look at you go. Thanks, dude. B channel is also the #1 simp on the channel with all the gifts here. Crazy guy. Okay, my wife is gonna board at 10:30, so I definitely have to stop the stream before then. I also still have to go for a run. I also still have to cook. Jeez. Okay, where were we? Christian Schoner, only here since 20 minutes or so, but the educational value is immense. Whoa, thanks. Thanks, dude. That's like exactly a goal. That's the goal of the channel. Besides providing an update, I also like to provide some education. So we do daily live streams here on the channel, which of course is an update, and then we have chatting and Q&A after, which usually is educational. But also in the regular update videos, I try to explain certain things which hopefully help viewers to get some more knowledge about Elliott Waves. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for like being here, clicking on the thumbnail, and hanging out in the channel. Appreciate you riding here as well. So thanks, man, Christian. Welcome to the channel. My name is Koen, 31 years old, and I'm a trader. I can almost call myself a YouTuber now, I suppose, as well. That's awkward. But yeah, I'm a trader, and I'm also a global keynote speaker. That's my background. Ryan, I'm confident because I've looked into Bitcoin over the years. This always happens. I'm expecting 100K to be hit at some points. If it takes 2 years, then guarantee it to happen. Yeah, 100K. Well, at the moment, 74K is the high. Probabilities on the high time frame are much higher to continue towards the upside, as explained in the analysis as well. Bulldog, yeah, dankjewel, Mark. Yeah, still looking for upside. Charles, 63K. Wait, what do you mean? I've been liquidated. 63K? My wick is at 65. What platform are you trading on? Yeah, Bulldog. Yeah, what did it? I said Mad Dog. That's something else. I'm watching from LA. More people outside of the US know about crypto than here. It's very regulated. However, the US, of course, now with all the ETF stuff, it does, I can imagine, create or it helps people to hear about crypto and then do research. So I can imagine the popularity is increasing, or at least the knowledge is increasing. Oh, here we were. Als bijkopen of niet? Koen, is a good level now to open some long-term longs? Everyone, regular viewers, what are we going to do? Write it down. Come on, you guys know. What are we going to talk about now? B channel. Such a simple. Thanks, B channel, for the gift, man. Appreciate it. I'm going to answer your question, Benji. I'm going to answer your question, but I want to see, guys. We got a question, right? Shall I buy alts or not? And then, is it a good level to open some long-term longs? What am I going to talk about now? Come on, regular viewers, you guys know. Yeah, that's the advice now, is wait for a range. Yes. You are all correct, but yeah, plan. There we go. Yeah, plan. The 6 steps. The 6 steps. When we get these questions, the 6 steps. What's up, Robot, by the way? You're all correct, because the current advice, so Benji, so they're all correct, right? Chat is correct. Chat's always correct. Benji, with regards to buying or not, is it a good level to long? It depends on your plan. Now, from an Elliott Wave point of view, the best recommendation at the moment, no financial advice, is to wait for a range, like chat says, because chat's always correct, or hit the 0.618 and then wait what price does after, as it increases probabilities to eventually go for the highs. But weekend is coming up, usually a ranging environment. So, chat correct, wait for a range. But this here is actually what I was looking for as well. Step 1, Moonboot Boy knows. So, with regards, Benji, to the question, by the way, welcome. You're from the Netherlands as well. So am I, living in Gouda. Curious to hear where you're from. But with regards to especially this question, is it a good level to open some longs? Yes or no? We have to talk about a plan, which avoids the doubt of, shall I long or not long? What do I have to do? Short or long, or, you know? And that means the question pretty much tells me that you don't have a plan or a strategy. Now, that's not a problem, because that's how we all start. We all start without having a clear plan or strategy. We just want to be in the market, and we explore like, hey, is it a good moment to long or not? And we ask those questions, which is absolutely normal, because I've been there. But I do recommend to follow the following steps. So I already said, from an Elliott Wave point of view, wait for a range, see what price does here. But from a personal development point of view and your trading career, you won't be long-term profitable if this is the way of longing or shorting, right? You need to follow the following 6 steps. Now, it's going to take some time to develop a plan or a strategy, but hopefully you're in the market for the long term, 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, whatever it is. So investing 1 year, 1.5 year, half a year, 2 years to develop a good plan or strategy is a small piece of your, hopefully, long trading career. Because that's what we're going to talk about. The 6 steps, they're very short. So pen and paper, everyone. Step number 1, try as many free tools as you can. TradingView has many different tools and many indicators. There's many you can try out, right? Of course, you can use external softwares, but try free tools first. Step number 2, find your favorite tools based on your experience, right? With all the different tools. Find your favorite tools and build statistics on your favorite tools, right? So get your Excel sheet out or some statistics software and go back testing and forward testing and build statistics. Step number 3 is combine some of your favorite tools that based on statistics have performed well, combine them and build more statistics, but now on the combination. So now you're starting to build a strategy, right? Because now you build statistics on the combination equals strategy. Step number 4, tweak and adjust. Add a tool, remove a tool, and each time you do something, build more statistics. Now you're trying to improve your strategy, increase the win rate, or increase the the risk to reward ratio. Step number 5 is start trading your strategy with a low amount of money and work on your trading psychology. Work on the head, because you can have a very good strategy, but if you can't control your emotions, you're a losing trader. And then step number 6 is slowly increase your portfolio size, right? And improve or increase it slowly, because you want to get used to the bigger losses, not the bigger wins. Getting used to bigger wins is very easy, but you want to get used to the bigger losses. Follow these 6 steps and you have a very great high probability to become a profitable, consistently profitable trader. Why? Because you're trading based on statistics, not on emotion, not on checking what other people are doing or the questions, right? You're trusting yourself, you build your statistics, and you're trading statistics. So you also know, like, if you stick to your plan and you have a losing trade, you know, it's just one of the losing trades, because I know based on statistics my win rate is 50 or 60%. So I know, hey, if my win rate is 50%, but my target is always a 1 to 3 RR, because that's my most profitable target. Well, 50% win rate, 1 to 3 RR, I'm a profitable trader, but that does mean over 100 trades, I'm losing 50 trades. But I am profitable, very profitable, with a win rate of 50 and a 1 to 3 RR. So then you know if you have a loss, it's just one of the losses. And if you have another loss, it's just part of the plan, because eventually you're going to get to the winners. Of course, your sample size and your statistics need to be big enough to have at least solid statistics. I would recommend over 100 backtested and stuff trades minimum. That's how you then. That's also how statistics help you with emotions, because you're reducing emotional trading by trading numbers. And I actually went over this in more detail in a video I made very much at the beginning a year ago, which is this one here. It's in the channel Discord only content. So yeah, there you go. What's your short opinion about an ABCDE forming from the 24th of March highs? Are ABCDE allowed to briefly break structure? Only wave B is allowed to go above wave or below wave A. It depends on the triangle that you have. The only valid triangle that's left is this, if you're still in a triangle, right? Because you can't have A, B, C, D, E. That's not allowed. Because this over here, right, A, B, C, D, D is not allowed to go a lot above wave B in a triangle. So the only triangle that would be left would be this one in that case. And it still has probabilities, but for me, not the highest probability scenario. So it's more like if the other stuff fails, then it gets interesting. But I do have it in my folders because it's at least interesting to keep an eye on it. So yeah. Kebab. Oh man, 80k loss, dude. Big one. Trade safe, everyone. Can you suggest spot entries? No. I'm not a financial advisor. I recommend to follow the 6 steps that I have just outlined so that you can create your own plan. Partying in London. Oh, Barcelona. Wait for range. Yeah, this. Good job, Chad. You did well. B channel, man. Look at him go. What's this? Oh, that's you, of course. Yo, this guy. I guess the only way to make him stop is to like hide user from channel. But yo, B channel, thanks for the support, man. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore by now. Robot, you know what to do. Send me an email with your YouTube, Telegram, Discord username, and I'll bump you up to silver, which is the short-term updates. Like basically in between videos, there's a lot of things happening, and I update people there in silver. So, and I share all the scenarios there early in the morning before updates, and so yeah, send me an email, koenztrading@outlook.com, and I'll bump you up. But you can thank B Channel. So what a guy. So on fire, dude. I actually don't B Channel. Maybe an idea. I also got asked, like, yo, Koen, can you make a book about Elliott waves? Maybe one day. Because I do use little tweaks and things that you don't find in the book, like the Elliott wave principle, which are very valuable. So I guess one day it can be interesting, yeah. Yeah, you can't give it to someone else. So I have a Patreon page and YouTube, and people can enter the memberships through Patreon or YouTube. But if you don't have your membership through YouTube, you don't have a badge and a green name. So this can happen. If she's oh shit! Of course, I have to not forget to call my wife. It's 10:10. I have to go soon. Yeah. These guys. I see that you all got the steps under control. That's correct. Ryan is doing a good job. Cheers, Moonboot Boy. Just checking. I like those 6 rules. Do you have those rules written? No, unfortunately, not yet, at least. But yeah, maybe I should make a PDF. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of work. But those are the 6 steps. I mean, well, actually, I do have a PDF. Well, yeah, so in Diamond, the goal of Diamond is to help people to develop their own strategy. So the 6 steps I just mentioned is literally what also happens in the Diamond membership. And there I have a PDF with the 6 steps, but the 6 steps have a lot more information to them. So it's not just step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of more, like, of course, sub information, and I have an Excel sheet to build statistics and all that stuff. That's all shared in Diamond. Plus how I trade and my strategy, and yeah. So yeah, that it's currently in there. But yeah, the 6 steps. The basic, what I mentioned on stream, I can just put that in a PDF as well, just like step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in Diamond, everything, of course, we go in depth and share a lot more there. Does Bitcoin dump back to 65K? Well, we were actually en route to 65K. We already touched 65K for that matter. So we were there. Yeah, but and then we just wait for a range, wait for proof of strength. You know. By the way, welcome again, YouTube Shorts. 3rd time in a row, being here. Donovan, did you enjoy Cape Town? Yes. We still need to get the pictures of the wedding, but I already received pictures of our holiday. My dad has a big camera, always takes lots of pictures. And that was great. Trip was amazing. The wedding was better than expected. Not expected, by the way. Better than, how do you say that? Of course, we expected a great wedding. That's a stupid way to say it. It was better than we imagined. It was beyond expectation. That's what I mean. So, or it was even better. I don't know, like, you get the point. Like, it's especially because you can't book the weather, right? You can't plan the weather. But there was no wind, blue skies and sunshine. We had a haze. It was 25 degrees, which was great. There was a haze when the sun was setting. So the sky was very special. Like, fuck, it was great. So yeah, and then also during the day, some things happened that you can't prepare for, but you know, it was beautiful. So yeah, the wedding was amazing. It was great. It's getting cold now, yeah. And you had a big storm as well last week, no, with the sand on the roads and all that stuff. Like, better than it's not that one. Beyond expectation, I guess. Pleasure, Serega. Happy you find it useful, helpful as well here. Mark. Now, so the 886 is a target for a wave B, but it is very rare for a wave 2. So to the upside, if we look for a move up, the probabilities for an impulse, right, are now decreased. So if you're looking for a 1, 2, 3, low probabilities because you touch the 886. If you move up, you're looking for an ABC. 886 is a wave B target. So that's what I always say, right? Oh, we touched the 886. Okay, so any move towards the upside now has a higher probability of being a wave C or a wave Y, increasing probabilities to come back down later and take these lows. That's how I would say it in a analysis type or video type. So Salman, man, you're farming. Farming. Step 7 applies to all my exes. He just zoomed into the max setting. Exactly. Well. Okay, everyone, I'm going to call my wife because she leaves in 14 minutes. She's going to jump in an airplane, flies about 11,000 kilometers and 11 hours back towards the Netherlands. I'm from the Netherlands myself, but my wife is from Cape Town, South Africa. So I got to go. Get her on the phone. You know what we're looking for locally. We did the analysis. We just wait patiently what's going to happen, right? Wait for a range. Keep an eye on the 618. That will impact probabilities for what's to come during the weekend. The markets are now closed. It's 10 p.m. So that's quite interesting. Let's see if the night is going to give us anything. Usually the weekend is a range. So yeah. Okay, everyone. Hopefully this live stream for some of you provided a little bit of a peace of mind, as I got quite some messages with panic. So hopefully, you know, this has helped you in one way or another. I still have to go for a run. I told myself I go for a run today, so I still have to go for a run. I still need dinner time. Still need to call my wife, but it was important for me to be here with you and talk a little bit about the price section. Now, if you want a very condensed version of the analysis, there is a video I uploaded literally about 2 hours ago, which in 8 minutes, you pretty much see what we're looking at. And also in the live stream, of course. So, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. And I'm going to catch you at the next one.